Hello everyone, this is me, Dusty Circuit here, and welcome to some Fortnite with Skade.
Some Fortnite with Skade! Whoop! Ring, ring,
Should
ring,
we
ring.
do Lego Fortnite or regular Fortnite?
I think we'll probably do regular Fortnite for now. We'll just do some Team Rumble, I would say.
Yeah,
Team Rumble sounds fun today.
let's
Get
get
some
started.
challenges done.
Yeah.
I've really been having fun in Lego Fortnite again. I got the battle pass and God, I love that game. I just really fucking love that game. It's so fun. Like, it's great. Like,
Tell you what.
I can't say enough good things about it, honestly.
I feel
I'll
like
tell you what.
I don't want to, like, you know, it's just because every single Fortnite Friday really on Skade, it's like we played the regular Fortnite, but like, I kind of feel like if a lot of us also enjoy like the Lego Fortnite and the racing Fortnite, I think this was brought up like yesterday in the mob fight that maybe perhaps we could switch it up like every so often, where on Friday maybe we do Lego Fortnite and then maybe some Fridays we do racing Fortnite.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Because Fortnite isn't just Battle Royale anymore. Now we've got all these other modes, and you know, we can even start trying to maybe even join like days that we want to do like Lego Fortnite, but then some people still really like Battle Royale. We could even do like, you know, join like an hour earlier or something.
Yeah.
And do do like an hour of Lego first, or we could just do the whole session that way. Yeah, whatever you guys want to do, we'll do.
Is it me or is this taking forever to find a match?
It's taken a minute so far. Sometimes it can take a bit longer, it depends.
This is one of my nice skins. This one's like my Halloween default skin.
I'm so excited about my new witch skin. It's so cool.
I have a witch skin too.
Oh, are you wearing the witch one that changes? That has the emote?
Yeah, not the... There's two different witch changing emotes. There's the Isabella one, where she turns into like a rebellious looking witch, and then the one I'm wearing is the green witch that turns into like a monster.
Ah, okay.
One thing I'm very addicted to right now is well, not addicted, but well, no, Coke Zero. Is
What did we do to you? I'm sorry.
sparkling. I'm actually quite addicted to Sparkling Zero. It's that new Dragon Ball game that came out. It's actually really good. I've had a lot of fun with it. I will probably stream it at some point. It's a very, very it's very well made.
For
and
some reason, when you mentioned that, I thought it was another drink.
You know what's
I
was like, is that like seltzer water? What is that?
That's completely fair. No, I mean Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero. It's that new fighting game they released. It's really good.
About a game, not a drink.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's talking about a game.
Yeah, I realize now the sort of way that lined up was quite badly timed.
I'm sorry. I threw in the whole...
No, it's alright.
Yeah, so I'm the one that started the drink.
No,
time.
It's
Sorry.
you are the one that sowed the confusion, but that is funny. That is just funny.
And a game
No,
that's called Sparkling? That's funny.
yeah, it's really, really well designed. It's like literally like, so there's like two things to it. There's like the story that follows like the anime storyline where you do like the battles and stuff. But then you also have like multiplayer where you fight other people. It's like Super Smash Bros. But it's like literally just for the Dragon Ball characters, and like they do it so well. Like it captures the tone of the anime and like the fights in that show literally like perfectly. Like the way that the mechanics, just everything. It's so impressive. And I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's very, very competitive though. There's a lot of skill involved, but I really like it. I had a lot of fun with it. But it's very expensive. Like it costed like $50, so it's probably the last purchase I'll be making for a long time. I bought it like about 3 weeks ago. I think it was the day it came out publicly is when I bought it.
I'm
Anime games are pricey. Yeah, they are. I recommend it though. If anybody likes Dragon Ball, I recommend it. If anybody likes fighting games, I recommend it. And if you like both, then I very much recommend it.
It's on my list to watch, but it's like very low on my list to watch because it has like 500 episodes.
It is not on my list at all.
Yeah, it's
I don't have a list that has that show in it.
I used to like hate it. Like I used to literally hate. We'll talk about it. I used to literally like loathe the concept of this thing called Dragon Ball Z. But like I actually remember like watching a couple of episodes, and I was like, you know, this is actually interesting. It got me on that first episode where like it reveals he has like a lost brother who tells him like who he really is. That like his name Goku is like actually Kakarot. And he realizes who his real identity is. And then, like, it's a very interesting opening. I'm like, huh, this went from a dumb show to, okay, I'm actually interested now. What's going on here? Yeah, I definitely think it's a good show. It makes sense why it took off in pop culture.
I am personally trying to finish Fairy Tail, but then I'm on and off with it. I like Fairy Tail. It's about wizards and stuff. It's not like Frieren, though. Frieren's like its own kind of thing.
Blue will agree.
Yeah.
I have to get back to Handmaids. I got to episode 6 on that, and then I just forgot to continue watching it. I got distracted by other things.
So, Evan. Oh yeah, it's letting me launch, so I'll be able to play the next game.
Oh, yeah. But Fairy Tail is definitely good. One of those animes that, like, if you want to watch it for a long time, you can, because there's like 500 episodes. That's one good thing about ones that have tons of episodes. You just keep watching it for weeks.
Fairy Tail is good, is what Rena's saying.
It's like I said, it's about wizards.
Am I the only one that thought it was a game? Yes. The answer to that is yes. Besides Evan.
No, she said I am the only one.
I am the only one. Yes, basically. Sorry, dyslexia. Flip those words right around. Am I? I am. Yeah, it's I think
Wait,
like
why
for
did I
me.
read it backwards?
You read it backwards too? I did too. Hi.
Yeah, yes, carry on, Blue. Don't get distracted.
I was just gonna say, yeah, shit, what was I talking about?
Jesus Christ. Oh, you interrupt yourself too much, then you forget your original point.
Oh shit, my game. I might blue screen. My game just crashed.
You were saying you'd read I'm not even supposed to thought it was a game, and I were you
ADHD moment.
Were you about to say that the reason why people thought it was because of the Coca-Cola reference again?
That's why I was saying. Yeah, I was just gonna say sorry. For me and my brain, because I had brought up Coca-Cola, and then the next thing he said was sparkling. I just went to like, like a Sprite? Is it like?
Yeah. No, it makes sense. Oh, I think Blue did blue screen. Loser.
I got a chainsaw.
Oh wow, there's rooms there in the new areas. There's parts of in the houses that the room everything is upside down. The rooms.
Oh, well, I got some really good weapons this time. Finally, I haven't had like epic and legendary weapons in ages. Oh, there's a chest inside the pumpkin. That's cute. And blue screen. Wait, did I blue screen too? Or is everyone just quiet?
You would know if you blue screened.
Yeah, right.
Oh, the train changed. That's cool.
Oh yeah, I heard it's like Halloween looking.
It's it's a ghost train.
Did your meeting with Blue go well, Ren?
Wait, don't leave me! Don't leave me! The train's leaving me! No! No, Snowpiercer, come back! Oh wait, that's not Snowpiercer. Well, it looks like Snowpiercer, but... Oh, Evan, did you finish Snowpiercer yet? I haven't even started this.
What about me a lot? Whoa, I'm glad to see I'm a hot topic.
Blue, Evan, have you started watching it yet?
Have I started watching what, sorry? Snowpiercer? Oh, shit. I keep forgetting about that. No, I haven't actually. Shit.
I'm pretty sure all the episodes have aired now. It's been like 10 weeks.
I wouldn't be surprised if you're right.
No, I really think they did. Last time I checked, it was like 6 episodes.
Oh
And
god
that was
damn
like
it!
5 weeks ago.
Shit. Yeah, then I probably have. Oh no.
Wait, Rin wants to watch Snowpiercer 2?
Have you seen all of it, Rin? Like, do you need to just watch season 4? Or like the entire show entirely?
Because it...
Regardless, yes.
Yeah, it's really good. Very violent, though. At least the first season is more violent.
The first season is the best season, and it perfectly
so you
explains
watched up to
class
season
struggle.
3. Okay.
Really? Oh shit! What the hell? Why the fuck didn't you tell us sooner? You have? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I just have a bad memory then. Got it. Maybe you were being quiet about it? Maybe you just weren't really, like, in the market for telling people? You guys never listened to me? No, it can't be that. It has to be that you just weren't saying anything. I'm gonna go with that one. I'm gonna trust myself.
Oh,
on
you know,
this.
there was a
I think
wreck
I'm right.
this morning. It wasn't like, I don't think anybody, I think maybe one
Yeah,
person got
right.
injured.
Sorry, kid.
But, like, it's a cane truck. Apparently, cane trucks flip over a lot. It's basically a truck that hauls sugarcane. A giant truck.
Oh, a sugarcane truck. I was gonna say, I'm just imagining like old people with canes in the truck. It just gets knocked down.
Sugarcane, Evan. What do you think it is?
I should have known. Oh, that's
It's
cool.
a giant truck hauling sugarcane, and it tipped over. It used to be.
Yeah, it's a good show.
But yeah, Snowpiercer is good.
Also, Rowan Blanchard is also a win.
Evan likes it more for the political stuff for some reason. But
Yeah,
I watched
you watched it purely and simply for the train, which I just
pretty
can't
much.
even.
It was
I just
good.
find that so mind-blowing.
No, it's not just for the train. It really is good. But the train is a big part of why I watch it.
The point, yeah, that's fair, but the point of the train was to sort of condense society into a small box to demonstrate how human beings act in class division.
Okay, yeah, you have a point.
It's supposed to be like a microcosm of the world that we live in, but fair
that's
enough.
what it's supposed to mean.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah, no, that's the point of it. The train is supposed to be like, we have class struggle in the real world, and we have like class divisions, we have revolutions, we have battles, we have oppression. The entire point of the show was if we put it all in a small-scale environment, aka the train, which will make for good viewing because it's a coolish tits train. It would also mean that like they could better exemplify the problems in society. It's like if I have like a big aeroplane that has, mechanical faults.
Yeah, I get it.
It's gonna take a lot of explanation. But if I give you a model plane and then like draw like a small like kid's diagram, you're gonna notice it more.
I thought it more of like a what-if scenario to me. It's like the world.
Well, it is that. But it's a mashup, right? It's a sci-fi show because it has like physical things that aren't possible. It also is kind of a fantasy show because oh my god, there's a fucking 1,000 long car train that just goes around the entire planet. And what if the Earth were to literally just go suddenly cold? But that is all just a backdrop for the main theme, which is let's put human beings in a small environment so we can illustrate class
Never know.
struggle and
One day it may be
political
possible to do that. I really hope it may be possible to do that. I want a giant train. I just want a giant train. Isn't that so much ass? Just a giant train.
I mean, I would probably live on Snowpiercer if I could at least be a second class passenger.
Yeah,
Maybe
second class is decent. I mean, like it's not that bad actually. It's like you get your
I would
own room.
spend all my time in the nightclub car. It just looks like shit happens there, man. I want to be involved in that.
Also, Audrey's like
In the very back, I'm a Taily. I have to eat that weird black, like, brick-shaped gel. You know what I think is a very interesting... well, I think it's a very interesting plot device. Oh, sorry, go on, Magic.
But I want to know how they even have thought of making that, because, like, they weren't intending to have tailies on the train. What, did they just, like, come up with that, like, whenever they figured out they had
Probably. Most likely. They had to make it as bad as possible, but there's a reason they kept the tailies. Have you figured out why they kept them? Maybe you'll know, Ren. Maybe you have an idea of why. Do you know why they have tailies? Because no, it's actually even better than that. It's much easier to, like, basically be authoritarian with the third class if there's a worse class beneath them. think about it. It's like if you have third class and there's no tailies, and the third class have it the worst, and they can revolt or complain. But you can keep the third class in line if you really remind them that you're
in the first place.
Yeah, but well, no, they weren't. But they decided to use them. They could have cut loose the tailies, but they realized, oh, if we keep the tailies, we can bully the third class because we can tell them, oh, you think your life is bad? Well, you're not a tailie, so shut up. You're gonna have low rations. You're gonna have power cut today because you're not a tailie.
Like some food to begin with, because didn't they store food back there, kind of like maybe at the beginning?
I mean, theoretically, that's probably what it was supposed to be, yeah. But they ended up. I think it's probably just like a storage cart. But again, they just were like, okay, well, we have this class of people. If we make their life
everywhere.
If we make their living conditions worse than third class, then third class won't complain at us if we do bad things to them. Like, it's supposed to literally be a way of controlling the third class. If the third class is at the bottom, they'll rise up, and there's more third class passengers than there are tailies. So third class won't revolt if they know that their life could be worse, and that if they revolt or they act out, they could be put into literal hell.
Well, that and the punishment that's really graphic.
Yes, that too.
It's much better than the movie was. I watched the movie, and the movie was...
Yeah, the movie is not... I feel like the movie is really, really overrated. Like, it's got some good scenes in it, don't get me wrong, but it's really overrated.
I don't like any of it. It's just... It's not even... It's, like, horrible.
There's one scene that's really good from it, and that's it. And that's literally the scene where the guy pulls the trigger, like, on himself, and he's like, they have no bullets! That was the best. That was the best and only memorable scene from the entire movie.
And plus, Snowpiercer makes it more realistic in the fact that they made decontamination rooms because they knew it would be too cold, be impossible to go outside because it would be negative below whatever. So they have to have like a decontamination room for the cold or something. And they have. I also feel like one thing I think is very interesting, a very interesting plot device in the show as well, is they actually, like, you'll notice that life gets worse briefly on the train when Layton's in charge. Like,
number 2.
It does.
They become democratic, but you notice, like, very quickly that, like, there's less... He even at one point uses the term, we need to keep order on the train, which is the same terminology that Wilford uses, and you're like, well, you're starting to sound a lot like him. Because, like, yeah, you have democracy on your train now, but it's like you also do need... It's kind of push and pull in society. You need to give people freedom, but you also need to keep things in line. Otherwise, society kind of just collapses and things aren't.
You know what? One of my favorite scenes in the first season.
Yeah, what?
When Javi hit the button and everything, alarms went off, doors closed. Oh my goodness, that was a favorite scene.
Oh, you mean that scene like where literally he just kills a bunch of people? Yeah. Great scene. No, it is good though. There's a lot of weight to it. Although I imagine your excitement was just from the mechanical.
The train was tipping over and.
Oh, that scene. Oh, sorry. I thought you meant the scene where the train buzzes because he has to detach one of the cars.
No, I'm not talking about that scene.
Oh, my
bad.
That scene
was horrific.
What about Snowpiercer, Tully?
No, I'm talking about the scene where they had to like fix a motor or whatever.
Right. Oh, yeah.
They all thought they were gonna die.
Yeah. Yep.
The fact that it has a lockdown mode is just fun. I just like it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Though the one thing that I don't understand is like, do they upgrade their chips throughout the show? Because like,
are we ready?
I don't know, man. Hey, Allie.
Oh, hey, Allie. Oh yeah, ready up.
Ready up, Magic.
Yeah, here. But
how's it going?
But if we keep talking, we're gonna ruin the whole plot of the story for everyone.
Yeah.
What other shows is there to talk about?
What? Oh, for Snowpiercer, the TV show.
Yeah, it's a really good show.
I was just stunned that Rin had seen it, and then I realized that Rin has mentioned it before. I just never paid attention, which makes more sense.
It's a show. It's called Snowpiercer. It's very violent. Well, violent. It's very it's necessary for it to be violent, though. You can't really make a show like that without being violent.
I'd have decided in apocalypse. Yeah, that's another main thing. I think that in an apocalyptic world, you actually do need some degree of authoritarianism. Otherwise, how the hell are you going to get things done? Like, when the world goes to shit, you need efficiency and you need things in order.
What's another apocalyptic show that I liked? Van Helsing. It's really interesting. It's like the zombie apocalypse, but vampires.
if I had control of the train, I'd have done something similar to what Melanie did, but I just wouldn't have made life so mind-blowingly unfair for everybody. I'd have given less privileges to the rich, and I would have given more balance to those in third class, and allowed the tailies to assimilate. But I'd have kept the power structure that Melanie had. I feel like in that scenario, it worked better. But I think that.
For the betterment of humanity, I probably would have cut the tail off. I would just straight up pull the tail.
How can you say that when you have first class who have a literal aquarium and a koi fish pond in the aquarium? Like, that's what I'm saying.
I don't want my precious train to be destroyed.
It won't be destroyed. Just give them a not shit life and just take away some privileges from the rich, and you're good.
Yeah, but they have to distribute power and stuff. If they just cut it off, then there was.
Oh man, yeah, pretty much.
Of course, I wouldn't actually do that because I'm a good person, but still.
It's also why, like, it's also, if you notice, it's like think of the train as like a big tower that's been pushed on its side. Like, it's the people at the near the front of the train or the top of the pyramid are those who are really rich, and then those at the back of the train have the least power and are the poorest.
Ooh, the mail. Please be what I need. Please be what I need.
I just pretend I wasn't about smiling and nothing right. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that acknowledgement, Ali. I think I made some pretty compelling arguments there.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to buy that Zelda game I've been wanting.
Well, the one with those weird, like, figurines.
No, the one with the Zelda with the lady instead of the like.
Yeah, the figurines.
Yeah. I need that one. Also, Princess Peach one. That one, the one where. we're talking about Snowpiercer. Magic was telling me that the last season's out and I need to watch it. I was going, oh shit, I haven't watched it. Rin was going, oh, I need to watch that too. And I was going, wait, Rin, have you actually seen all of it? And she's like, oh yes, I have, just not the last season. And I was going, wait, what? How have you seen that? I didn't even know you'd seen it. And she's like, well, actually, I have seen it, but you just weren't listening, which is completely fair and is most likely what happened. And then I was talking about the plot of the show with Magic a little bit, and then we were talking about class struggle that comes from the show itself. And then now I'm doing this big monologue about what we were talking about, and so anyway, that's the scenario that's unfolded. Breathe, Evan. Breathe. You know, I'm really jealous of my mom's friend who went to New Jersey, and they had their husband with a family member, that owned a choo-choo train, railroad, and I was like, how come you get to go to a railroad and I don't?
Basically, in summary, Snowpiercer is a show where there's this massive train that's 1,000 cars long that goes around the Earth in a massive circle on this big track because the entire planet has been frozen solid by freezing cold conditions, so all the last remnants of society live in this train. But the train's structure and how it's designed exposes class struggle, economic problems, power dynamics, and political issues that encompass society and the politics of survival, and so that's what I was talking about. That's Snowpiercer.
Actually, I did get a poster from them though. I got like three posters of the train that they have, which is nice.
Ooh, look at that.
It's a Steam engine.
They don't see it the first time it's dead to me. You're dead to me, Rin. That doesn't mean that I don't bring you down. So bring those messages down if I don't see them. Make me see it, because I value input.
Diesel engines are... I mean, they're efficient, but like diesel engines are annoying because they're not pretty like the steam engines are. The steam engines are pretty.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, that sounds very fair to me, Ali. I'm very bad, like, at reading. I miss a lot of what happens in the voice chat one. I get so engrossed in talking to other people and listening to audio that sometimes I will glance at voice chat, but sometimes a message will get laundered or buried by others, and so I just happen to miss it.
With it.
Like how I blew it over. Oh god damn it.
There we go.
Oh, I almost had an epic weapon.
Uh-oh.
They killed me before I could get it.
Alright. I'm loading Epic Games again. Good luck, everybody.
Ali says, I'll probably talk next week. Just yell at me and I will also speak. Yay! Please talk.
Yay!
I like hearing you talk, Ali. You contribute a lot to society.
When are the orcas
I was gonna say, Rin only went to the mall. That's it, Telly. Rin only went to the mall. Ragnar gave me very specific
Just to bring
instructions.
something up random. When are the orcs gonna start sinking yachts again?
Wait. Oh, you want me to go talk to them and let them know we're ready for that?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Okay,
sure.
I'll let them know. I'll say,
I mean,
hey,
I don't think.
guys,
I don't
come
want
here.
people to
We're
die,
ready for you
but
to
like,
sink yachts again.
but
Let's sink a few yachts for fun, for shits and giggles.
Yes. I mean, I'm pretty sure rich people know how to get life jackets on, so.
I mean, rich people. I mean, a lot of yeah.
Oh no, don't
A
worry,
lot of rich
Kelly.
people.
It was strictly the mall.
The
And
big
then
problem with
Ren
the
went
rich-
back to spawn.
The big problem with the rich is that while the ship is sinking, they'll wait for someone to put the life jacket on for them because everything's tailored, and then they'll forget that wait, the guy who does that is already dead or has already escaped
And they'll
himself.
drown?
I mean, you'd be surprised. There were a lot of people on Titanic, for example, who thought like it was just a funny inconvenience, and that basically they shouldn't even like be on the same lifeboats with like the lower class scum who are on the ship as well. So they literally would either wait for less full lifeboats, or they would get on and restrict other people from getting on them. Like there are people feel very, very tailored.
Yeah.
I'm already saying it, Ren. I hate you.
You know,
God damn it!
they make, mustard stations on cruise ships used to be horrible.
Oh man.
Oh, you don't. Okay, so a mustard station is like where you go whenever the ship is sinking and you get on the lifeboat. You have to do like a briefing before you on every cruise. But they made the briefings much more friendly now. Before you had to before you had to stand up in the heat next to 100 people, but now it's like you go to a dining room. So
the main issues with the Titanic specifically now it is very much done like that because people could do this thing called suing. People can get the outrage can form, but like back then there was none of that.
That sounds fun.
So like for example, one of the big things with Titanic is that one, they didn't even have enough lifeboats for every person on the ship. They got rid of loads of them because they looked ugly and they kind of took away a lot of the glamour from the ship. So they thought, for aesthetic reasons, let's just not bother. The ship is unsinkable, but sinkable anyway.
Safety is last.
Also, lifeboats in that time. Okay, wait, can I talk?
Okay, yeah.
Also, lifeboats in that time were not thought of the same way they are now. Like they thought like a lifeboat could ferry people between like a sinking ship and like a not sinking ship that's there to rescue people.
Yeah, they didn't anticipate the lack of they were more temporary. Additionally, they also didn't ensure that everybody was on. They didn't have a protocol for what to do if you needed to evacuate. They didn't, they were told to put women and children on the lifeboats first. Nothing wrong with that. The problem is that some of them took it. Some of them, though, some of them took it literally. So some of the crew members took it as, let's evacuate the women and children off the ship first, then the men. It should have been, no, women and children and men can go on the lifeboat, but if there's a queue forming, put the women and children on the lifeboat first, so that if we need to drop it immediately, there at least the women and children on it. But what they would do instead is go, sorry men, you are not getting on these lifeboats until all the women and children are on, which meant that a lot of people missed the chance to get on the lifeboat, which was free. Other problem is that the lifeboats, most of them, in fact I think all of them, were not maximum capacity. Some were going down with less than half of the capacity on it. So the situation back then was just so different. Yeah. Nowadays you couldn't dare. Yeah, nowadays you've got to literally.
And you got Rose pushing them off the door.
I follow this captain. I follow this person on TikTok.
And like, have you seen like what lifeboats on cruise ships look like?
I don't even believe in Edward and
It's like
Bella,
they don't even look like lifeboats. They're like little mini yachts.
I did believe in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really good. They can actually function as real boats. You can drive them like you don't even have to row them anymore.
Row them.
And also lifeboats like are used to do what's called tendering, which is I think like if a cruise ship can't go into a certain port, like they're used to move people from the port to the ship and maybe to like other ships.
It's also just social attitude. Like nowadays, if 500 passengers were not saved, there would be absolute outrage, and the company responsible for it would be sued into oblivion and would never be heard from again. But back then, it was kind of just 500 people died. Wait, more could have been saved? Well, too bad, I guess. And
think
again,
about that
they were
next
very,
time. Yeah.
they were also very unfair
Very
to
nonchalant
the.
about it.
And we think class struggle is bad. Back then, class struggle was hideous. Like, if you were a third-class passenger,
peasants.
you were sleeping with rats, and you were scum. So there were many people who were locked away from the deck where the boats were, who were from third class. The majority of people who died on Titanic were all third-class passengers. Particularly third-class men died. If you were in third class on Titanic, you were basically almost certainly going to die because of just how they treated you. They didn't let you up. They literally saw you as scum.
They also didn't know how to get out. So
that's also true. The layout of the Titanic was massive, and it wasn't massively signed. Like, it just really set the precedent for modern like ship safety standards.
You know, I'm following this captain. She's a captain on a ship, on a cruise ship, and I follow her. Like, she has a cat on the bridge or whatever. Like, somehow she got the cruise ship to allow her to have a cat on the bridge.
Oh, that's cool. I want to take my cat.
Also, her husband is also a captain on a cruise ship, so they don't get to see each other that often, apparently.
Oh, that sounds like a good marriage.
Yeah.
Absence makes the heart go fonder. There's a saying.
Just as a heads up, guys, I'm gonna be heading out in 20 minutes to have a shower because I'm gonna go to my grandmother's house to have one because right now we have no hot water. The boiler is completely broken. So we had to get someone to fix it. The landlord tried to dodge fixing it. There is
because they're selling it. Yeah, I don't blame them on that one though.
Well, no, but it's a legal requirement. Regardless of if you are evicting a tenant, in England in particular, it is an absolute legal requirement that the landlord have to repair that. So it's actually, he basically said, well, you're leaving in 6 weeks, so you can go over to, you can go across the road to have your shower. So no, you're supposed to literally within 24 hours you have to start pulling the stops to fix it. So there is no to be fair on that one.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm just saying I can see it though.
No, I can see it too, but it's like basically we've been told
he sold the house already. Yeah.
You can go without hot water for 6 weeks, from your own home. That's no problem.
There's a Billy thing. It's like it's like that puppet on a tricycle from Saw.
Yeah, you have to like battle it. I think I saw it too late yesterday when I played my game. So.
Are you loading up, Blue? Or have you loaded up?
I am loading. It's loading right now. It's connecting.
I'll wait for you. I will do one more game and then I'm gonna have to go because my grandmother wants to go to bed early tonight and I don't want to take too long to go over to her house and have a shower, and she's kindly letting me use it. But I played football today. I didn't get the chance to have a shower last night, so I could do a one.
It's been a few weeks. It's time.
Shut up. I had a fun day though with Starfinder, and then I got to play an impromptu bit of football with Sean and my friend Adam as well, which was good.
Tully.
Oh, for
That's
God's
what's
sake.
missing. That's what's missing. The Norwegian men. You're like, it's just not the same all alone in my shower.
You all suck.
Yep.
And this is being recorded, so this is even more.
Yay!
Blue, it's just gonna prove you suck to everybody who watches my videos.
Hey, it's okay. It's funny. We laugh. You know it's gonna make an appearance on the podcast at some point in time, so.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yep, it's gonna be on the podcast at some point.
Boo.
We shall relive the story. That and Leanne shoving sausages down your throat, so.
Oh my God. I had a. It's honestly though, it's good. Like it's good to like actually be able to reminisce on those things. Like it's a real story, and in fact, I was even telling my friend Sean Adam about the. Oh no.
Oh.
I think it's coming right back though. So give me 1 sec.
I was even telling Sean and Adam the story of Leanne today as well. I hadn't had a chance to tell them since I've been back.
Oh.
That was fun. They were like, "Oh,
you missed it." Evan had a strange Norwegian older woman who had a lot of apple juice, shoved sausages down his throat and Telly's too, but she burned Telly's throat. It wasn't quite the positive experience. Like Evan probably had his mouth open like a baby bird, like "Feed me, mama, feed me."
Stop! You're making it sound worse.
You know what's even?
Telly's like, Ow, woman! God, don't
Do you know
shove
what?
your
Do you know
hot
what's
sauce
even?
in my throat.
Do you know my favorite thing?
I got straight up violated.
Do you know what? Do you know what's even funnier? When I was telling my friend, so these similar things have happened when I've been on nights out with like in England before. So you know what's really funny?
You have strange
When I
women
told-
shove things down your throat.
Not
Jesus,
that
we're-
specifically, but
I've
I've
a
dealt
totally
with...
different life than you guys.
Anyway, as I've been trying to say, when I was telling Sean the story about what happened in Norway with Leanne, you know what my favorite part was? Is when I explained that Leanne was an older woman, Sean said, "I didn't even have to ask. I just knew."
You just knew. I think we need to get Leanne on the server at this point. We need to hear Leanne's side of
He's
it.
basically, yeah.
Evan had a good time. I had a good time.
You have a type for older woman.
An old woman who
He
doesn't
does.
even know what Minecraft
He likes
is.
milfs.
That's
I
gonna go
don't.
down well.
Oh my god.
He's a milfer.
Oh my god.
He's
Can't
looking
put it on a
for-
recording.
He's looking at an older woman that he wants in men's
Wow.
Look. Okay, here's the
I
thing.
forgot for a minute what call I was in.
Here's the thing. I don't mean to like to attract older women. I just seem to. I like every single time I go out, like when I go on nights out, the women who talk to me aren't people my age. It's always women like in their 30s.
He does
or 40s.
attract the older people. Yeah, I
I
mean,
do.
grandmother charm.
Is this?
yep.
Is
He's got
this
that grandma charm
do I
going
think,
on.
like,
It's
do
like
I leave this in my
It's
video?
like, are you in
or
menopause?
edit it out?
How you doing?
I think it's fine.
Do I edit this out or
No,
leave it
no,
in?
no, Ted, no, you're fine, Dusty. It's just funny. You're
Oh,
fine.
good. I am not like. I don't find it like. I'm
You
not
guys
like.
should all be on the
I'm not-
podcast. Just saying.
when it comes to that, Phoenix, I don't I don't mind an older woman. I'll just say.
Oh my God,
So for me,
Evan,
it doesn't
no.
bother me.
Don't do it with your grandmother.
No, not that old.
I'm in game.
Jesus.
I'm in game. Someone invite me quick before I
Yay.
crash.
That sounds worse. No, it doesn't. Shut up.
It does.
What are you, boring? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, invite Blue. You shut up. Obviously, I
I
like
sent
women
you
my
a
age.
request because you were taking so long. Just to accept
I
it, sir.
I primarily and particularly focus on women my age. I'm just saying I happen to attract older women, and I also am not like against them. I'll just say. So that kind of leads to that, and I think because I'm an old man at heart, because I have a mentally old
And your
standing
brain
in life.
and your soul. You feel bad for Ragnar. That's why Ragnar was so scared to sleep.
I
with
think
you.
that's what it is. I think
I
they
saw
know.
that photo. Evan was smiling really big, and Ragnar was praying. It was hysterical.
I think you're
Ragnar's
right,
like,
Lou. I
what
think that, like,
did I get
I think
into?
I think they detect it in me. I don't think it's like I think they know I'm young and they see that I'm young, but I think that like they mentally see me as older. So I think that's why
You
they're
are
more
an
they
old
gravitate
soul, sir.
more.
See,
I
I am
find
an
it
old I
funny
think
how
You're
it's
really
like
from the
you have an
1920s,
old
really.
mind,
Yeah.
and like, and I'm like, I don't know, 3-4 years older than you, and like I still feel like a youngin.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
I
not
feel-
Evan. He was born 65.
It's
So
funny because
now.
sometimes, well, see,
Mhm.
here's the weird thing. This is how weird like mental age can be. Sometimes I literally feel like, oh my god, I'm just a stupid kid who like has no idea what he's
Feel
doing in life.
eight.
And people are ahead
Yeah.
of me. But then I sometimes think, man, like for a 20-year-old, I'm behind a lot of 20-year-olds. But then I sometimes think, wow.
So,
But then in
Evan,
other
are you-
areas,
are you,
I
are
am
you
like
20, like on the dot, or like in for
21.
age, or oh?
I'm 21. But then sometimes I'm like, wow, but actually in other ways I have the personality of like a 40 to 50-year-old man. So
that's
it
where
really
your
is-
soul is, literally.
That's
Yeah.
where my
You're
soul is.
Reginald. You're not Evan fucking Freeman. You're Reginald. What's
I'm
his last
Reginald
name?
Hargreaves.
Yeah, Hargreaves. Hargreaves.
I actually, okay, you know
Ellie's
what's
like,
bad?
I know who that is. Yeah.
Reginald Hargreaves is the reason I bought myself a. By the way, not like for the
Who is
first
that?
time. I already.
From
He's the
Umbrella
old guy
Academy.
from.
Mhm.
When I was younger, when I was 7 years old, I wanted a fountain pen. So we went to a shop and bought me a fountain pen. And then when I saw Reginald Hargreaves on the Umbrella Academy a few years ago, I was like, okay, I want to buy a new fountain pen. So I did. And in fact, like when it comes to buying a new pen in
That's
at
Evan.
Christmas, it will probably be a fountain pen.
When I tell you, you can, sir.
But yeah, like for me, like I definitely am. But see, mental age is a very.
I'm in
sorry,
the game.
ready up.
I'm readied up. Yeah,
Sorry,
I've been in the game and readied up for a long time.
Yeah.
Ready up,
ready
Volky.
up. I see it as this, right? Like I just think mental age can be a massive spectrum. Sometimes you will find you are ahead of the game by a long way, and sometimes you'll feel like you are behind. So sometimes, like I said, sometimes for a 21-year-old, I think, man, like I'm behind a lot of people my age. Like I have a lot of catching up to do. But then sometimes I go, but actually in other ways I am way ahead of them, and I have a different mindset.
I've lived in the 25 years I'm alive. I've lived at least 3 lives.
You definitely have. I get told the same, Rin. I think like my friends both say that. They both kind of say like, oh, that's why Evan's always attracting the older woman, because he basically just is an old man.
Like Leanne.
Yeah, like Sean will be like the other day I was like going, ow, because I like was trying to like reach for something and I strained myself, and he's like, oh, are you getting old man pain already, Evan? I'm like, no. It's just a joke.
Like, I am an old man that's a pain in the ass, though. Does
Remember that friend I invited once to the Discord?
Vaguely.
Okay, well, they're really good at drawing, and I follow them on Instagram. They draw good, but they like a weird. They like horror art. Like they draw like horror art.
Ooh.
Is it sad, Allie, or is it just you're in a different place of life? Like I think that you'll find
it's a
other
sad
people.
Well,
that's
an autism thing, by the way.
Yeah.
That is literally an autism thing. Like as a kid, if you like at 10 years old, if you like showed me a room full of adults or showed me a room full of like other 10-year-olds, I would go to the room of adults. I was like that my whole life. I've always gravitated towards older people. I think it's because they're calmer and they're not as scary.
I've always throughout my school life, I always just seem to gravitate more towards adults. I guess because they're more
It's a very normal thing.
Allie, I'm gonna tell you something.
I would describe it as they're more predictable, where like other teenagers would be more likely to try to act what I would describe as weird, because, well, it's like they're in that, you know how teenagers are, they're all in that mental phase where they want to, like, look cool and act cool.
Autistics just develop, like, personality and, like kind of, like, mentality a lot faster, I think, and it means that, like, when people act normally, it's like you kind of go, but why would I do that, though? Oh, come on, we're going to go and look at a dead duck in the road today. It's like, okay, but why, though? I'm not interested in that. But like for most teenagers, that's like the coolest thing that happens that week. So it's all like, I think a lot of it is just you kind of learn that actually it's not sad. It's just kind of like that's just you having autism. But I also get it because sometimes I'm like, man, I wish I had more friends my age, or man, I wish I had women in my life who were my age who I really kind of like clicked with. But I think that
maybe
like
Leanne has a daughter. I'm just kidding.
But I think it's very funny. But I think it all lines up. I think that you will eventually just like gain that. I think that you will definitely make friends your own age, Howley. I just think it's harder because you'll have to find a 20-year-old friend who is also in that same mentality that you are. It's not impossible. It's not even like necessarily hard. It's just a harder thing to find. But like, for example, like I went out like for some food with literally a coworker who was like twice my age, and it was just a great time. We bonded really well. We just talked a lot. Like that wasn't weird to me.
Yeah, but I feel like once you become an adult, like age differences become meaningless.
They also do. Like that is.
They really do, and you don't realize that until you're older.
It doesn't matter. Is kind of the main thing. Like you think it does. Oh, see you, Phoenix.
Oh, see ya, Phoenix.
You kind of just learn as time like moves on that it doesn't matter, and sometimes it's just nice, like you know, and as you get older and older and older, it becomes even less important. Like you'll have, like I'm friends with a lot of people who are like in their 30s. I'm friends with people who are younger than that. Like it just ranges, and as you get older, it will become less of an importance, and it will just even out as well, mentally as well. Like you'll find like a 28-year-old who is mentally on the same page as you at the age of 37. Like I've
seen this new like trend on like Instagram, and it was really cool because it's like it's two women and they're like, this is my bestie, and one's like 22 and the other's like 42.
Mm.
And they're like, and there's like a song to it. It's like a meme thing, and there's like a song about age, and I'm like, it's so perfect because like I don't feel my age, that's for sure. And like you know, it doesn't like for one of the reasons Evan and I are such really, really good friends is because we do have a lot of the same thought processes, and like we like to have very deep conversations, very philosophical like debates, you know, those kinds of things. And it's easier to find someone like that, you know, at my age, but at Evan's age, it's really not. Like, you know, kids, you know, like younger people are usually more just wanting to talk like about music or, you know, like, you know, something more superficial, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And so Evan being an old soul really worked out perfect for me as far as finding, you know,
Finding someone who has that for you, absolutely.
As far as our friendship goes and stuff like that. So yeah,
it's
really cool.
100%, and that's the other thing too. It's like we kind of, you have to, I think, after a certain point, value a friendship not on the age, but on what you get out of it. And
on the quality of the friendship. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I
like,
hate age. I think age is dumb. Numbers are dumb because. And not everyone that's the same age is really that age. And you guys have probably even seen that in your lives where you see someone who's 18, who's incredibly mature, literally could have a mortgage payment, a wife and kids and all that. And then you see other 18-year-olds that are barely able to even make their own, you know, grilled cheese sandwich, you know, like are not functional and far from being an adult. Yeah, they're the same age. And it's like, you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. No, under 18 very much matters. Pretty much matters.
It's more like
thank you for making sure anyone that's listening we clarify that, by the way. And I'm not talking relationship, I'm talking friendships. So
friendship specifically.
Friendships.
I think it's like, for me it's exactly that. It's like Blue described it perfectly. Blue is one of the first. Blue and Tom was a lot older than me. Like I was 11 and he was 15. Like we bonded in very different points in life. And 11 and 15 is a massive mental gap too, by the way. Like, 18 and 22 is pretty similar. 11 and 15, like, I must have done some...
you'd have to be a really mature 11-year-old to hang out with a 15-year-old.
So when I first... So when I first joined the old server, okay, sorry if I'm not trying to bring back memories for anyone, but like... I'm more referring to when I met Nin and like Mod Killer, and like I was like the oldest one of the bunch of those three, and like I think at the time I joined that server I was 14, and I don't know, Nin was like 11 or 12, and I feel like even then, like I think maybe we were quite a bit different mentally.
Yes. It definitely is, but like me and Tom,
we all develop differently though. It's not a bad thing, by the way. I just want that known.
Yeah.
Like
Tom was,
you know, and that's why I hate age. Like 18, you should not be able to have the responsibilities of credit cards and mortgage payments.
One thing I was
not everyone's ready at 18.
One thing I was trying to say a minute ago as well is like to kind of tie in what I was saying about Tom is that like Tom was the first like friend I really made who I could have long, deep conversations with. I hadn't had that anywhere else in life at that point. I had that with my mother to a degree, but like you don't want it to just be your mother the entire time. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with a good parental relationship.
I don't know. I think Riley wants that. Just kidding.
But like I wanted like
exactly, Ali. Exactly.
What Tom and I had was very, very like special, and it was very rare before he passed because he was that first friend where I was like, okay, so there are people out there like me who like these long conversations, who have interesting things, who can teach me things about myself, who I can debate with. Like, that to me is everything in a friendship. And so Tom kind of really helped me learn that about myself. And so now it's like, it's a lot easier to kind of... Every friend you make teaches you what you want in a friend, in my opinion. So meeting Tom made it a lot easier to be friends with Blue, because I kind of knew Blue was very, very similarly aligned with Tom in that kind of way of like, I can have a long conversation with this person. We talk a lot. We talk too much. We have a lot in common. We can also challenge each other very intellectually, which I think is a very important attribute in a friendship.
Yeah,
so
it is. Intellectual conversation is so critical for me.
It's why it was so. It was why it also really affected me when he passed, because like it was like I didn't have many people in my life at the time who I could have those conversations with, and now most people I know I can. But it's like back then it was literally like losing the only person who could offer
Did
me
you
that.
and Tom like
Example.
often have really dark kind of conversations together, or?
Oh Jesus, yes. We had some intense conversations, but it was all very respectful and it was all very interesting. We have like Tom and I had a very good ability, and this is the same with me and other Tom. We had a really good ability at like separating our emotions from the topic. So we could talk about the darkest, we could talk about the most dark, most like almost inhumane concept imaginable in such a passé, like blasé, like nonchalant way, no problem. Because we're separating, because we're having a conversation about it. We're not spilling our hearts out about it. We're having an intellectual, neutral conversation about it, and so. It could mean, like, even the darkest, most difficult topics, even the heaviest ones, we could, like, walk away from completely fine. I would sometimes, like, if Tom was educating me on the topic...
Ren said before joining Skade, the only people I could... sorry, what?
Yeah. Sorry, no, that's what I was saying. I think you cut out a bit.
I was just reading what Ren had said.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to have, like, it is really good to have friends, like, you can do that with, and this is where age means really not a lot, because it's, you know, you're gonna have your, in fact, if anything, the age difference is sometimes good, because, sometimes I'll have, like, an older school kind of mindset, and Evan will show me a nod, a different way of looking at things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is like sometimes you need youth and like knowledge, and sometimes a bit of naivety, because it's like Blue might have been conditioned her entire life to think one way, and that'll be the same for her generation, but I might look at it a very different way from my youth and from the way I've grown up. And Blue is more likely to, not that she wouldn't listen to people her own age, but she might be more likely to listen to me because I'm completely fresh me. Like, I come from a very different background. I'm from a different generation where it's like, I'm not taught the same things Blue was taught. Like, this isn't conditioned into me, so it's easier to... Like, I could talk about how there are certain key words in politics that are demonized. Now, if Blue and another person had a conversation, they might not question it enough to talk about it. But I might grow up never ever being fearful of the word, and so then I'm able to, like...
bring up... I'm sorry, I just want to mention this really quickly because I know you have to go soon, but it's, I feel like really one of the first, well... I was gonna talk about kind of how me and Lucario's relationship compares, but it is a lot different, because it's like... I'd be able to talk with him like about different topics, but he does have its limits as far as like how heavy and how dark of a topics we can discuss, and I feel like a decent amount of the conversations that we have with Evan on a regular basis, Lucario probably can't handle, but. He was still a great friend. It's like I could be having like issues in my life and like that are bothering me, and we can have a conversation about it. As long as it's like reasonably, as long as it's nothing like super dark or super heavy, it's like we can still have conversations. You know.
Exactly, and that's still valuable, and it's why.
Can you read what Telly said? Because it's so important, I think.
Yeah, Telly, so Telly says it's important to remember that it's not always just generation, but also culture and environment in general, and that's also true. The culture of today is different from the culture of like 10, 15, 20, 30, 50, 60 years ago. It's always changing and evolving, and
it's one of the reasons I love talking to Telly. It's just seeing the different culture sides of like, this is an American mindset. Well, this is a Norwegian mindset, and clearly Norwegians win. They're the right ones.
It's also like, it's why you have to have different walks of life in your circles. It's why I don't think you should be friends with somebody who is a yes man, and Blue feels very strongly about this too, is if you're friends with somebody who agrees with you all the time, one, it's boring. Two, it means they don't actually have any individual thoughts because they just agree and nod their heads at everything you say. But also it means that you can't learn anything, because it's like, if I have an argument or a disagreement with Blue on something, it gets me to kind of think more about my knowledge of the topic and consider her perspective, and vice versa. If we just go, yes, I agree, Blue, that was a great point, thank you, bye. Oh yeah, that was great too. Yeah, I agree. It would literally just be...
A giant duvet? Telly.
Okay.
That's funny.
It's also why though, like when we joke about it. Before I go, it's also why
we got first.
It's also
Darn it,
why
we
like
got first, guys. Do better next time.
It's also why like I like girls who are like a few years older than me because they have more of a clear like mindset on what they want and like how they view it. When I talk about like older women, I don't mean like old. I mean like people who are like probably in their mid to late 20s. I just think that's a very good age range because they have a more clear set idea on what they are interested in life and where they want to go.
Old,
and when you're young,
and they're not so old that they're out of touch with what's going on in modern times.
Yeah.
That's the point. It's like that's like when you're young, you're
Hang
always
on, Magic.
changing.
Sorry, 1 second.
You're always evolving. I'm literally gonna go soon. I apologize.
It's okay. Magic's been trying to talk for a bit.
Okay. Well, then I'll just leave it there. There's not much.
No. It's okay. You can finish your thought. Just.
I
want to make sure Magic gets to be heard.
I was basically just gonna like finish by just saying, and I think like when you're young and you're evolving, you change a lot, and so it's like there's less chance of stability and like strength. So that's why it's always been a preference for me because it more aligns with my mental age. But it's not an exclusive thing.
Sausage.
I made him feel something. Yes, it was the spicy sausage.
Upset his stomach.
You know what's funny about Rin saying fresh meat is that we can't eat meat right now, or at least I don't think we can. There was like a whole recall, like millions of pounds of chicken's been recalled.
What?
Oh,
really?
Wow.
Yes.
Throughout the U.S.? How did I miss that? Shoot, I was eating like an hour ago.
A listeria outbreak, like
I don't eat chicken, so.
Am I gonna die?
All the processed meats, ham. Literally everything's in recall right now.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
I'm gonna very quickly head out. I need to go and have my shower. Telly, I will be at the God of War stream. I did forget to mention I do have Valkyrie meeting as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say we have Valkyrie, but yeah.
Yeah. So I'll
be there too, Telly. What time are you starting it? Like right now or? If you started right now, I can be there for a bit. I'll talk to my dad here in a little bit, but you always have Valkyrie when I stream. Every Friday.
You always stream when we have Valkyrie. It's every Friday at 5:30 p.m. EST.
5:30 p.m. EST.
Always the thing.
Trevor's gonna be in like 34. Oh, perfect. I'll join then. I'll join when you guys get back. So
I'll probably be able to join.
I'm sorry, I only made it to the very end. Unfortunately, as you guys saw, I had to update and then my game crashed. So it was fun.
All right. Well, see everybody.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Blue, I can't believe you weren't aware of that. I was like on TikTok and everything everyone kept saying that like every grocery store you shop at that I shop at or we get stuff from. Oh yeah.
Outro.
Yeah, go ahead. That's crazy, though, Magic.
Thank you all for watching. This has been me, Dusty Circuit here. It's some more Fortnite with Skade. If you liked what you saw, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you want to see more of my videos, just hit the bell for notifications. Peace out.
Peace out, Girl Scout. Ring, 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 ring. Since Evan's tonight
Peace
here.
Out. Ring, 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 ring.
Ring, 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 Ali says.